Good morning, guys. Welcome to Be Elite. Um, Today, I just want to talk about some basic stuff about digestion. Since I speak a lot about gut health, and we know, if you've been following my videos so far, we know how important gut health is with fat loss, adding muscle, general health. So today, I'm going to speak about some basics for digestion, for optimal digestion. Okay, so number one, let's look at water. Okay, your body needs water for everything. Okay, everything you're doing, all the functions that you perform, your body needs water, and digestion is a major function for which water is necessary. In fact, most people who get constipated, besides some other factors, one of the biggest factors why they get constipated or their bowel movements are not as regular is because they are dehydrated. Is because their colon is dehydrated. So, number one is water. So really important to look at is, are you drinking enough water, first of all? Okay. As a simple principle, as a simple rule, you want to have half your body weight in ounces daily. Okay. So if you are 100 pounds, you need to have 50 ounces of water daily, and that's just for basic functioning. You may need more based on, are you training, how often are you training, what's your job like, what's your work like, are you on medication, all these different things, right? So make sure if you are, as a minimum, you're drinking at least half your body weight in ounces of water. Second, your quality of water is extremely important. Okay, if you're drinking tap water, you're taking in a lot of chemicals, a lot of medications, birth control, metals coming in through the pipes. So make sure you're drinking very well filtered water. Either you install, a reverse osmosis filtration system at home, or even go by a zero water filter. Zero water filters, Britas don't cut it. Zero water filters actually will pull metals out of your water. So again, you can absorb good quality water. If your water is not alkaline, if your water is loaded with all these toxins, you don't absorb that water. So you could be drinking 3-4 liters a day and still not be absorbing that water. So really critical that you even look at the quality of water, not just the quantity of water. Okay. Also, when you drink water, try not to drink it with your meals. Okay, so you keep at least about 15 to 20 minutes before and after meals when you're drinking water. Now, some of you, I know, especially if you're working with me, I have given you certain supplements to take during your meals, and obviously you need water to swallow those pills. So yeah, it's just maybe a couple of sips is fine, but a lot of people finish a whole glass while they're actually eating, right? So try to avoid that. Keep your water intake 15 to 20 minutes before, or 15 to 20 minutes after your meal. Okay, so that's water. Like I said, secondly, chew your food. Okay, really important. A lot of us don't chew food properly. Remember, when you chew food, you're also releasing a lot of enzymes. You're sending a lot of signals to different hormones. So when you don't chew food well, you are actually not going to break that down, which then will affect your digestive system, because your digestive system can't break it down well or absorb it well, which causes a whole nother series of issues, including yeast infections, okay? Bloatedness, gassiness, all those digestive symptoms could be because you don't chew food very well. And closely linked to that is also, doing distracted eating, okay? And I'm guilty of that. I'm usually trying to eat while I'm doing work, or I'm trying to finish a meal quick while, before I get to my next client. And lately I've been practicing a little more mindful eating. So, in the morning when I wake up and I have my breakfast, there's nothing, there's no electronics, no cell phone, nothing around me. I'm not watching TV. I'm not doing any of those things. I'm actually sitting, eating my food, chewing my food, being a little more mindful about, how good the food tastes, things like that. Okay. So that's really critical. Maybe you sit with your friends, family, and have food, not on your cell phones, even at work. Maybe take time, take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, walk away from your workstation and, chew your food, eat your food, and enjoy it. Okay, so really important is not having distracted eating as well. Okay, So those are 2 points so far really important for optimal digestion. One's water, hydration. One is chewing food. Actually, the third one is not being distracted while you're eating. Okay. Number 4 is eating a variety of foods. Okay. Most people can literally count on their fingers how many foods they eat in their lifetime. Or in, if you think about the foods that you've had, on a regular basis that you're having in the last, even 3 years or even this year. Just think about it. If you can count the foods and the vegetables, proteins, and fats that you're having on a regular basis, that's a problem because now you're eating the same foods over and over. You're eating the same nutrients over and over, so you don't get the other nutrients that are in other foods. And also, that's increasing your risk of developing food sensitivities. Okay, most food sensitivities, whenever I get clients to do a scan, even my own food scan, the foods that I've been sensitive to or my clients are sensitive to are foods that they're eating constantly. Okay, so that's really big. Every 2, 3 to 5 days, rotate your foods, rotate the type of protein you're eating, rotate the vegetables you're eating, rotate the fats you're eating, rotate the carbs you're eating. Okay, try to cook them differently. That's really important. Okay, there's something called taste fatigue. It's a form of food sensitivities. Okay, where you start not wanting the food after a certain point. Okay, and it's not necessarily because you don't like the food itself, but because your brain is fatigued with the same texture, with the same flavor, so cook it differently, right? So for example, if it's chicken breast, you can stir fry it, you can bake it, you can slow cook it. You could get ground chicken breast. Even ground chicken breast, you could eat it as ground, cooked, or you can make them into burgers or patties, right? So the point is change the texture, change the actual protein, fats, carbs, and vegetables. Okay, so create variety. That's extremely critical. Okay, so these are some 4 basic essentials of having optimal digestion. Now let's look at some supplementation. Okay, with supplementation, really important. Number 1 is looking at your stomach acid, which is hydrochloric acid, and look at enzymes. Okay, so if you don't have enough stomach acid, food does not break down. When food doesn't break down, that undigested food now goes to your small intestine. Okay, where enzymes, again, most people are deficient in enzymes as well, but assuming these enzymes are there, those enzymes don't absorb the protein, carbs, fats, and fiber from this undigested food. Okay, so it's really important that you look at your stomach acid levels, which is hydrochloric acid, HCl, and your enzymes. Okay, so if you're chewing food down, and the next step is you got to have enough stomach acid so that the food breaks down well, so that the enzymes in your intestines can actually absorb protein, carbs, and fats, and then you can eliminate it properly. Okay, and that's extremely critical. Most people don't make enough stomach acid. Okay, so whenever I give people stomach acids, it changes their digestion. Bloating goes away, they digest food well, their appetite goes up, they feel better, and their waist gets leaner. Okay, also a lot of skin issues tend to go down because now they're actually digesting food. When you don't digest food, remember that undigested food will sit and rot in your system. Okay, and it'll make your bowels hard. It hardens up, the food hardens up inside, feeds yeast, parasites, things like that. So, a lot of people, especially women, tend to get frequent yeast issues. Men as well get the same yeast issues, just different symptoms. But the point is, a lot of it has to do because not enough not enough stomach acids and not enough enzymes. So again, food sits and rots there. Okay, which will also change your bowel movements. Okay, if I don't take my stomach acids and enzymes, for let's say a month, by 30 days, my bowel movements are completely different. My appetite starts going down. Okay, so very critical. Number 1, look at your enzymes, look at your stomach acids. If you're deficient, you need to be supplementing with those. Now, if you have had ulcers in the past, you're diagnosed with IBS, things like that, then please consult with your practitioner or message me. Taking HCl supplement may not be ideal for you. You may need to go on a plant enzyme. Again, we have to look at different factors, but please be careful of that. Secondly is taking a good probiotic. Okay, now the thing with probiotics is a lot of people tell me, yep, I'm taking probiotics, but I'm still bloated and I have these digestive issues and I've gotten, recurring bacterial vaginosis or, yeast infections and stuff like that. And the thing with that is taking probiotics alone is not enough. your body has to support the growth of the bacteria, has to support should not support the growth of bad bacteria. So that being said, for now, as far as digestion is concerned, yes, we need to take a good quality probiotic. Okay, there are certain probiotics that actually kill bad bacteria, and there are certain probiotics that just help repopulate the gut lining. Okay, so there's two different types. Again, depending on the situation, we may have to pick what works best for you and what is necessary. But probiotics is extremely important for optimal digestion. Okay, and lastly, fiber. Okay, a lot of people, actually, I shouldn't say lastly because before I get into fiber, let me talk about magnesium. You need magnesium for proper bowel movements. Okay, remember your bowels actually contract, relax, and that's how food moves in the system. When you're magnesium deficient, that contraction and relaxation doesn't happen optimally. Okay, so your bowels become rigid, and that's where constipation could happen. You could get some diarrhea sometimes. So if your bowel movements are not regular, one of the basic things to look at is a good quality magnesium. Magnesium bisglycinate is actually very good for bowel movements. Okay, you have to find the right dosage for yourself, but I've had people go from anything from 800 milligrams all the way up to 3 to 4 grams a day. Okay, so again, it depends on the person. However, optimizing your bowel movements, really important. Magnesium supplementation as well. Okay, and lastly, now if you're taking care of all these things, you may still need a good quality fiber supplement. Okay, now when it comes to fiber, please don't take things like Metamucil or take things like psyllium husk. Okay, psyllium husk is very popular as a fiber. However, it's not gluten-free, and you can go back and look at a lot of my posts or some of my other videos and see what the issue is with gluten and other gliadin and things like that. But anyway, without getting into that, also psyllium husk. If you remember last time what I mentioned when I spoke about water is a lot of people get constipated because their colon gets dehydrated. Psyllium husk will actually dehydrate your colon more. It pulls water out of your colon. So obviously we don't want that. So taking flaxseed, fiber from flaxseed, acacia gum, glucomannan, these are really good. Chia seeds, these are great fibers that actually bind the foods and actually pull it out and help with proper functioning of your bowels. Not to mention they actually bind with a lot of toxins and pull toxins out as well. So assuming that you're doing everything else right, some of you may still need a good quality fiber supplement. Okay, one of my favorite is by Renew Life. Renew Life has one called Fiber Smart. Is really good. And they have another one, I forget what the name is. I think it's called Fiber-tastic. It's an acacia gum fiber, really good. However, the one I recommend the most is Fiber Smart because I find it's got a lot of other ingredients in there that actually relax the digestive system, heal the digestive system, and soothe it. So just to recap in terms of supplementation, number 1, hydrochloric acid and enzymes. Number 2, magnesium. Number 3, probiotics. And number 4, fiber. Okay, so just to recap, guys, basics of optimal digestion. Number 1, chew your food well. Okay. Number 2, try not to be distracted while you're eating, whether it's cell phone, television, Netflix, whatever it is. Okay. Number 3, eat a variety of foods. Okay, keep rotating your foods. Number 4, and probably more important than the other 3, water. Drink enough water. Drink the right quality of water. Okay, even simple thing like dissolving 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt overnight and drinking that water first thing in the morning is also amazing for your digestion. It'll actually stimulate your bowels. Okay, so that's really another trick that you guys can use with water. So and finally the supplementation. Okay, so hope this helps. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Actually, right now I am live on Instagram and Facebook, which is why if you notice I'm looking here and there, that's only because I'm trying to fish for any questions. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. If you have any questions, as usual, comment, message me in private, and I would be more than happy to answer your questions. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a beautiful day.